the international. Because the whole world gets involved.
That makes sense.
It's not just Western Europe. Contrary to
true.
popular belief.
That's only once you get to the Final Four.
Yeah, that is just Western Europe. All right, game number 2 is underway. We've banned Morphling twice. No, just kidding. It's Morphling and Broodmother. Will Timbersaw make it through? Winter, give me the prediction.
No.
No, we're gonna ban out Timbersaw because Gaming Gladiators, they have first pick. Then I suppose the other question is, will Team Liquid continue banning out the Enchantress? Because that was their other selection.
I think we're gonna see an Enigma this game.
Ooh, you think they're taking a page out of Tundra's book?
Which team?
Probably better for Liquid at 6 and 7. You go Enigma plus a support.
Liquid has 6-7. Yeah, I got you. Okay.
I think Liquid will be the only team that may play it because Gaming hasn't played it even once so far this tournament, so
That's true.
it seems very unlikely that they may be the ones to take it. And do you want to give Ench away if you want to play Enigma is the question. I feel like that's not the smartest play when you play against a team like Gaming Gliders who use their advantage better than any other team in Dota right now, so giving them an early head start. And this is why you ban the Sillery Enchantress almost every single time, because they realize he is the one player that can take over a game as a POS 5, but they're going to leave it in the pool. More experimentation happening, and Timber is left in the pool, so you have to make a choice.
Yeah, and one change up compared to the previous game. Because Liquid is second pick, they did not opt to ban out the Leshrac because there's no way that Gaming can get Io and Lesh in this first phase guaranteed. Or if they do, you'll at least see one half of it coming.
Is there ever a world where Liquid snatches it up? Like if they go first pick
That's what I've been-
Timbersaw, and they might just go Io Lesh as a response?
Because they get what, Timber and Enchantress?
Yeah, would they? There it is.
Yep, they have been practicing it in the lower bracket. They won with it. They crushed Tundra with it. But can you beat the Io Lesh team itself with their own strategy? That is the question.
To be fair, on that Liquid draft, they also had Timbersaw, and they also had Bloodseeker, and they also had Windranger, which have also been very top-tier heroes.
Yeah.
So, Gaming are probably the most familiar with an Io Leshrac strategy in the entire world. So surely they have solutions to
I
it.
mean, I think the reason like the Io Lash is like so powerful right now is because of the presence of the map that you have, like with the mid laner. We talk about how the side laners, they don't really want to move, and Io Lash as well. Like you can even be greedier. You don't really need to move, but you have the presence of the relocate to pressure the side lanes. That's why it makes the game really difficult to play. In Gaming, once again, they have chosen to have like 2 of the cores that can occupy the side lanes, keep pushing out the waves to deal with this map presence from Io Lash. And also Terrorblade, you're gonna build a Skadi, so eventually you're gonna be really good at dealing with the Lash in the team fight.
It's important to note, though, Scotty no longer going through BKB, so it actually gives Lesh a play against the Scotty Terrorblade. In the past, I think that was actually what caused Lesh the most issues. Was just
So you think you should buy Skadi right now? Because normally you don't want to get.
I'm saying, I don't even. I'm sure you probably still do because it reduces the healing on Io if like you hit Io with it too. So
No. What I meant is you are saying that the Lash should buy a BKB to deal with the Skadi.
yeah. You can buy it because you're also against Timbersaw. So I think like 4th item BKB totally makes sense. So it's probably going to be a window where Terrorblade has Scotty and Lesh doesn't quite have his BKB just yet. But at the end of the day, like what makes Lesh so strong right now is the fact that BKB is only 50% magic resistance. Like they also buffed this hero. You know, Leshrac had his 1 or 2 months where we didn't see him in competitive. And if you read 7.33D, there's just 4 buffs for Leshrac. Most notably for me, the 20 damage on level 1 Lightning Storm. All of a sudden, he's able to secure CS at level 1 in virtually every matchup.
Yeah, his problem hasn't been laning. He's always looked really good in the lane because all the buffs that he has received. His issue has been farming and keeping his mana up. And I think teams are realizing that Io, Leshrac, kind of fixes that problem. And when you do pick this combination together here, like you make Io have a purpose when normally you just won't see this here. I think the only time you're picking Io is when it's with this Leshrac. And I do like the fact that Gaming Gladiators do decide to go for this Terrorblade right away. Might not be as good with the Scotty against the BKB, but most of the time you don't want to be forced into that early BKB super early on, and most people be like, hey, Illusion hero versus Leshrac. I don't think that's how TV works at all. I think he's one of those heroes that's much like Leshrac. You just want to get in there, and being a hero like TB gives you that damage to burst. Timbersaw might help that a lot here. So they picked 2 hard-punching heroes right away from Gaming Gladiators. I think their objective is to not let this Lesh be able to run in, because if he dies right away, then this combo won't work.
So the Lash is definitely gonna need like heroes that can set up the fight for him. So he's gonna need like some Clockwork, Spirit Breaker kind of heroes. Spirit Breaker plus IO is definitely something that is very classic. Like you want a support that can always threaten with the relocate. That's something that comes to my mind right away. They've removed the Enchantress, they've removed Disruptor, the heroes.
Darkseer Spirit Breaker, maybe? It's looking like a really good Darkseer.
Yeah, Darkseer Spirit Breaker could be something that is going to work really well. Very good against the Terrorblade in the lane, good with the relocate. But they like to go for the Rubik. A lot of teams, they just like Rubik against the Timber. Still, all the spells that you steal is really good against the
I think it's somewhat of a deny pick too, because Rubik's really good against Lesh, and Tofu is no stranger to the hero. I think what is important to note about Liquid picking out Lesh here is they've picked it twice this tournament, but Game & Gladiators was the only team that's first rounded it. Liquid was always taking it in the second round when they were on first pick. So it's basically them saying, like, we have to take this now or never, because otherwise we're going to have to ban it up against you. Just a lot of respect to a combination that Game & Gladiators is 6-1 right now on at this tournament. Only team they lost to is EG, who actually only had like 2 wins in the entire group phase. I have to imagine something wonky happened in that game. But I mean, this is all about the lanes now. It's like you got to secure your Timbersaw, you have to secure his like mid-game momentum, you have to secure the Terrorblade's early game. Undying's the best hero to do that for sure.
And on top of that, because you're playing against a relocate, so you want to then make your team group up together at some point so you don't get ganked, and Undying is actually perfect for that. Like you mentioned, you're going to win the lane with Undying, and then you're also going to be able to group up together to get Roche. I've seen like how Gladiators won one of their games really quickly with Terrorblade, TA. I think with the Undying and the Timber, they could easily replicate that game. You push really early, you hit your timing, and you just don't give the IO a chance to farm the map and split you up.
I've seen time and time again, the best way that you can deal with IO Lesh is make it feel like you're not invincible. And this strategy goes one or two ways. The first way is you just can't deal with this Leshrac. He runs around and kills everyone and kills all your base and you lose the game. Or he runs in, feels like he can die, and then you just lose. And running into an Undying, Timbersaw, and Terrorblade is a good approach, I think, for taking this game. I still do think that if Liquid managed to find some other hero, specifically the Darkseer, in a game like this, that could be very, very potent.
But it just makes me even more confused why pick the Rubik. Because the Rubik isn't helping IO Lesh survive, there's no buffs being provided, and really the Timber's the only hero that you cared about stealing spells, at least before the Lion got picked. Now that Lion's on the board, somehow Rubik seems more viable.
I think you underlook a little bit sometimes. A lot of these teams value Rubik against Terrorblade just for the fatal damage reduction. Against these type of heroes, those are still going to go for the Darkseer. I think that was their best possible pick.
Yeah, hard counter against TB, the illusion. Any hero that spawns a good illusion, Darkseer has always been good against him. What's also important to note is heroes that clear the wave melee range, because generally speaking, illusions on Terrorblade will clear a wave for free come like 10-15 minutes into the game, but against Ion Shell, it'll generally kill them faster than the illusion itself will kill the wave. So it's kind of like the tug of war, but in reverse. You know, you're pushing. Like who can push the lanes a little bit harder, and now you've kind of nullified the Terrorblade doing that, at least in one half of the map.
Yeah, the supports also can't really do much to the Darkseer and the Dying, and you're gonna build the mech and pipe, which I think when you have a Lesh on your team, the Lesh really wants the offlaner to buy all the aura items to buff him, so you ball together and you feel like you're really, really strong. You know, like Lesh is a hero that you don't want your other cores to play too much for themselves. You want them to really focus on the Lesh.
Is there like any world where he actually goes like the Vanguard Ags build? Just against like, you know, it's not very effective against Timbersaw to go these aura items because he's pure damage through and through. I was just wondering, like, is he potentially the setup for relocate and team fights and all that kind of stuff on the side?
With the axe, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you could do that, but I feel like you still need to play for the Lesh. I think in the team fights, there's still like a good amount of like magic damage from the Lion, and Crimson is definitely still pretty useful against the Terrorblade.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'd definitely rather see the Greaves and Crimson in a game like this. And eventually you're gonna get the Ags, right? But I think if you do it really early in this game, it might be hard to just get in there and punch the TB with a Lion in the game.
I always wonder when you have a hero like Io and Darkseer, who goes the Greaves? Like, maybe Greaves will come out on Io, or maybe he'll go Holy Locket.
Yeah, you can get Locket.
I think Locket's like you go Locket and I think Glimmer Cape if you have a Greaves Spire, and then you hit this crazy timing, right? Where Greaves, Locket's on Lion, you got a Glimmer Cape, maybe a Force Staff on the Rubik, and that's my favorite style of Dota right now, and it's something that Gaming usually wins with. In the last game, Gaming had more auras as well. They itemized for it. They had the Greaves as well, and the Pipe. in this particular game, they're probably going to have something similar, picking all these heroes that can heal and ball up. But Liquid are matching them blow to blow with having these high tempo heroes.
And not to mention, the Ruby can also get a solar crest for the Lash. So the Lash feels like a Superman in front of the team fight. And gaming, they have to try to figure out whether they have enough damage right now to deal with the Lash, or they're gonna pick like another, maybe they pick like another offlane hero to buy the aura items to match the Darkseer.
I really like the Wind Ranger bin, to be honest. Like, it's one of the few heroes that no matter how many items the Timbersaw or the Leshrac has, no matter how many auras the Darkseer has, she can focus fire you down if disabled. And they do lack a bit of single target damage on game, and they have like the initial 1500 damage from like the Timbersaw spells and the Lion Finger. But if Lesh does manage to get his health reset, these healing items you guys mentioned, they don't have too much to finish him off.
It also means that by banning out Wind, Liquid are opening the possibility for Timbersaw being offlane as opposed to just Quinn. But I'm assuming we're going to see an ace hero.
I'm still big on Beastmaster in these type of games. Like, I would have wanted to see it last game too, where it's just this kill one guy. Like, and that's what you need to do right now. It's a lot of damage. It's an aura. What are they showing there? Pango.
Duracio's feeling it.
Yeah, it's not even his hero. He's feeling it real hard.
Whose hero is it? Is
Quinn.
it Quinn's?
Certainly Quinn's. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so offlane Timbersaw. Just saying, Shadow Fiend's still in the pool for Liquid if you want a tempo carry that can do well against Timbersaw.
It's not great for Terrorblade, but it is good versus Timber. I think it could work. What carry would you want here then?
I was gonna say I feel like I don't love it, but I would want the Luna. I think for Team Liquid the way they play.
Luna.
Yeah, I think they're gonna prioritize the tempo again. I'm not saying I like it as like I'm super excited if they pick it, but
They have played it. It is a possibility. It is high tempo. I think I would like the Shadow Fiend. I think
Shadow
if
Fiend's good too.
Timber is ever in a situation where he just can't lane, this hero is one of those heroes that just, he's either amazing, you can't kill him, and he's killing you, as we saw last game, or what does he add at that point if he can't do the damage and he's like trying to catch up? Not much. The good thing that Timber does have, you can always fall back to doing stacks, but I think that puts you in a pretty good position if you can force him back in that way. And Quinn, he's picking up his Pango. This is one of the heroes that does pretty well versus Lesh throughout the game. If you get level 6 by the time Lesh gets level 6, you can just fight him head on with the Rolling Thunder. Doesn't have to worry about all that magical damage. And he deals with the wall illusions too, to some degree too.
Another alternative, Drow Ranger, also available as a anti-TB hero.
I don't love it against Timbersaw. It's like better later if Timber's mid, but in the lane, you eventually can't hit him. He just has a Vanguard. It's really rough on Drow unless you can punish them like super early levels. And since he's got a Rubik or an IO5, I'm not like too keen on.
She's also
punishing
pretty
with
similar to Lash in the game. Like I feel like they are very similar heroes of what they want to do. I think that they need like a melee hero that can run in, like the Lash. Maybe abuse the Darkseer, Iron Shell, just run in front. Ideally like a lane winner as well to deal with Timbersaw.
Choose your hero.
Whoa,
Yeah, carry Lesh.
Carry Lesh?
Yeah, carry Lesh.
I'm actually down for that. I don't even know why I didn't think of this. Like, Lesh is really nice against Timbersaw. They picked it originally for mid, and then Timbersaw is now off lane.
Yeah, there's not many good options of the carry left. Most of it are banned, so it actually kind of makes sense that they're trying to play a very, very fast control game, and this hero can really abuse the Iron Shell. The lineup's incredibly fast. It deals well with the illusions.
And he's going to step all over a Pango mid.
Apparently, the ult cancels roll. Like, the second you use Primal Beast ult on Pango, win and roll, it doesn't just stun him through BKB, but it also ends it.
Get out of there, right? Get out of there.
Yeah,
Slams him out of the room.
Yeah,
That's fair.
I mean, on the other hand, this gives them a really, really sharp timing with the draft. You know, they don't really have much room for error. Everything has to go perfectly from the lane towards minute 20 to give themselves a chance to win this game.
Yeah, there's one guy I really resonated with, Pale Horse, that really liked playing this carry Lesh, and he was a big fan of it, and I myself am as well. I think this is a really cool pick by Team Liquid here. I'm super excited for this draft. Even if it doesn't work, I think it's a really unique and creative way to address what Gaiman's doing with their last picks.
Yep, it's definitely different. I think it has the potential to work, but if it does manage to get that late game scenario and can't actually find this Pango and cancel his role, he's going to clear all the illusions. Same with the line with the shard, and Durachi will probably carry the game the way I see it.
Yeah, eventually Liquid's gonna run out of damage and they can't really deal with the Terrorbat. But before minute 20, they'll have like a really good opportunity to run over the map if they get good lanes, use the runes with the Primal Beast, set up kills. The Lash is gonna snowball. That's what they are gonna hope to happen in the game.
So does Carry Lesh ever leave his lane, or is he just gonna try to?
Yeah, you do the same build as you do as a mid. Like you're just straight up rushing the Bloodstone. It's only possible with IO. Like you can't do this here otherwise because you have health issues without the bottle.
So does that leave us at a standoff where Timber and Lesh are just staring at each other in the side?
Once Lesh gets 6, he can actually bully you out. Get rid of the Timber outside of the lane. But if it really comes down to who hits 6 first in that lane.
Okay. Let's get ready for game number 2 of this grand finals, everybody. It's time for OD Pixel and Fogged.
I'm actually
Liquid and Gaming Gladiators. Fog this time round, we're getting sort of the adaptation from Liquid by the looks of it during the draft to take this Lesh to the safe lane, at least have Mickey play it this time round. Well, what does this sort of say to you from what Liquid's going to go for this game, and do you think it's going to be enough to be able to take a game off Gaming Gladiators?
I mean, it just shows we're all in. You know, this is all early game dominance, all early game to be able to pressure and shut down Gaming to prevent them from getting to that late game status with this Timber, with this Tower Blade that we saw them do last time. Let's say it's going to be a lot of execution and playing clean. Panel talked about it pretty much ad nauseum of how this is a lineup that can really, like, if it doesn't hit timings, really fall behind. Yeah. So I think we're going to have to watch it some like very crisp, clean play, but they are set up for that. This Primal last pick actually addresses kind of all 3 cores in a way pretty nicely. So we'll see what type of game Nisha has, and let's hope he doesn't go Blade Mill Vanguard.
30 seconds to battle.
The other day.
Yeah, we'll see what sort of approach he has this time round. Ready? The trees will be spotted out by Insania and Mickey.
It's neat. Yeah. And yeah, we have a lot of cool little back and forth things that we see that Gaming did go for, because the Darkseer pick, it seems like they almost knew. You know, they probably expected it to be coming because they picked this TB so early. They didn't ban it out. Very good answer. So they're going to take the Lion, so they'll have the mana drain, and then they're going to have the Pango also to deal with that wall illusion. See how it all ends up going.
See the start Tofu. Set up stun on Insania. Be able to tether across. They'll throw the blood grenade out. Stun. It's going to hold back Celery. Insania should be fine.
Little painful to start like that, though.
Taking quite a bit of a hit there from that attempt of Gaming Gladiators.
Yeah,
Banterines will just go 2 apiece here.
IO always has to be careful a bit versus Timber. They're, you know,
oh, yes.
even more damage.
They are body blocking him off a little bit from the creep wave. They're trying to get Tofu in range for the stun. But
I mean,
okay, he's back under the tower.
They're starting them low. That's the important thing here in this lane. Tofu might actually just die here.
They just get blood grenaded.
Whoopsie.
And indeed, he stuck around a little too long to throw out the...
Oh
my, wait, what?
What?
The stick charges?
The high five?
Nah, they still got him. First blood. Go the way of Mickey.
Well be gone.
That was almost like, oh no, we didn't go for him. They're actually going to get the Observer Ward too. Okay. Stick charges also. 6 wand charges on him.
A bit faster.
IO does have to be careful of this game of being burst down. There is a lot of different ways to just delete this IO in mid-game. Timber saw one of the better answers throughout all history. In fact, actually now it's universal, of course, on the IO, but still kind of similar, the damage that the Whirling Death can do versus... To be careful on Insania for position.
Easy courier.
Has been slain.
Did he get the delivery?
He got the...
He got the...
Yeah, I think he's just got the fresh set of tangos.
Yeah. And I'm going to be looking forward to see how this mid matchup and everything goes down. Quinn was an absolute menace last game, did not die. Let's see if he's going to have something similar this game. We know how Quinn's Pango can sometimes just take over games, even though it's been nerfed, but it is versus Primal.
Definitely one of those mid heroes that, yeah, can outplay a Pango, right? If you're not too careful with the swashbuckles, suddenly this Pango is, the Primal is in on top of you. Quick trample and an onslaught can be the end of you quite early on as a Pango.
Can be. Quinn Pango. That's, you know, we'll have to see. Is he going to make those mistakes? Is he going to get caught? Is Nisha going to have to find those opportunities? So far, I mean, Quinn having a really good time. They hit 10 behind.
Yeah, he is.
He's even bullying Nisha a bit. I mean,
Nisha got coming out. Okay.
Impressive first few waves, though, from Quinn.
See if Nisha's able to sort of stabilize it a bit here, but really every reason to believe that Quinn could be on to the start of something good once again here in this matchup.
Racho also getting a fair bit of denies. He has a big wave coming in under him, so we'll be able to catch up on the... Yeah, for Liquid, this game, it's really all about clean plays, fast early aggression, and really trying to dominate and take over the map early, getting these aura items so they can pressure and pressure. It has to be the name of the game for them. Unless they have some big lead, you can almost, like, it's like at 35 minutes or something. That's going to be where it perhaps gets scary if Liquid doesn't have that lead.
I mean, do Gaming Gladiators have good heroes to bring to towers and just slow Liquid down, even if Liquid do get a good start from the lanes?
I mean, yeah, they definitely do. It depends on how the Timbersaw's farm is, but they also have an Undying, so yeah, I would think that they do have ways to fight around it pretty early here. And Quinn, if he has such a good early game, if he has such a good laning phase, that Rolling Thunder is very, very annoying for something like Lesh and Io. Little clever move there from Nisha. Takes the top bounty rune. He's actually going to TP bottom, grab this bounty rune. So.
Okay. Yeah, I think he only misses out sort of on one way. Bottom lane, Tofu, he's going to get taken down again.
Nicely done. Level 2 lightning, super strong.
Careful trying to trade with Mickey.
They also, I believe, yeah, they did get the healing Lotus down here. So Mickey shouldn't really die. Should have a absolutely free time on the Lesh. Insania maybe dies once here, but with the healing Lotus, it becomes a lot more difficult for you to ever really pressure this Io Lesh lane. Lotus in the top side. Oh, yeah, Zai. So Liquid were able to claim both Lotuses.
Water in Boxy. It's going to show up mid. And if Quinn steps up, Boxy might be able to catch him by surprise.
Move. He's at least going to body the rune away from him, so Quinn, he might need a fill up or something.
He's still got a few tangos at least to rely on. We'll have their health to stick around in the mid, but we'll have to be aware every time the Boxy goes missing from that top lane that something might be being attempted for by Liquid.
Just impressed with the denies. I mean, the animation on Pangolier is of course very, very good, but 8 denies. He's got I don't even know how many of these range creeps. I see Nisha like trampling on it, and Quinn I think just walked up and snuck the deny again. I think for the 3rd or 4th time that I saw. 2-0.
Top lane, Zai. Go for the vacuum. For the surge to get away from the zombies.
Boxy.
There's a lot of zombies
try to
on
walk
him.
him down. Boxy could be in trouble.
More hits he can get in underneath the tower. Yeah, Boxy, he's gone. He's gone. I mean, Zai's also still very, very low, hiding in the tree. Dratch is going to see if he can try and find him. Cut the tree line.
He's on him.
He's very close, and yeah, he's going to be able to get him. The reflections back up. The last right click, actually not enough.
Not enough.
Ring of Health from the one, that will save Zai. Zai able to escape. Only just though. There's Dratch getting so close to nearly being able to take that Darkseer down.
So much aggression from Duracho. Love that he just goes like, yeah, Boots, you're just playing versus this Darkseer. You can dance around the Ion Shells, and you've got an Undying with you, so you can go these early game Boots have the strongest 5 position in the game. Primo still farming very well. See who's gonna hit 6 first. I think yeah, Quinn should be able to hit it just slightly sooner.
Yeah, got a few of those early denies, and from Nisha's side of things, he's definitely been having a bit of a helping hand from Boxy.
Yep.
See that earlier water in, and Boxy, of course, coming back in just now to refuel his bottle.
They're going for him. 6
That's it. They have enough with the pulverize. Can he escape this, Quinn? Nope. Cannot. Nisha onslaught stairs, able to knock him down before the Rolling Thunder can go off.
Great moves for Boxy.
Zania was also joining in the mid, so Liquid really piling up the pressure on this mid lane, bringing in both supports, making sure that Quinn does not have an easy time.
Yeah, Boxy, really, he's understanding, like, yeah, he dies top, and then he's like, whatever, I'm just going to stick around mid. They have kill threat, and even going to get some tower damage here with this catapult. No rotation from the early Gaming Gladiator support this time around. Usually they do make those early moves, especially around the 4 and 6 minute power run if they see an opportunity, but Liquid faster here. Good laning start for them, 2k lead right now.
Nisha and Boxy waiting on the high ground. Might be able to catch Celery, stepping back over towards the top lane, lift up with the telekinesis. It's another kill for Liquid. Time down bottom, Ace and Quinn, they're attempting to go for Mickey. And Mickey is able to sidestep the Rolling Thunder. And now,
may turn.
Yeah, they've got to be careful. Mickey's getting fueled up by Insania. Looks like he won't have enough damage to threaten them, but at the least it's just wasted time for Quinn, as he's not able to pressure Mickey in the way that he hoped for, turning up towards the bottom.
Very ideal start here for Liquid, exactly how they want this to kind of be going here. Zai, Arcane Boots are finished, so he can keep Boxy on the map. Sorry, he's running away from him. Gets the Arcane Boots on him. That's going to be important for Boxy to be able to play around Nisha even more, just keep that mana pumped up. Dude Gaming looks to break their lanes a little bit here. They're going to look for a smoke to try to do something here. 3k lead already from Liquid. Good here this start.
That's absolutely what they need to be able to roll with this lineup.
Yep. All about that tempo, speed versus greed.
Can they get Ace? They get the setup stun, and he has got Celery and Tofu waiting behind him, and yeah, Nisha's going to pull back from that. Doesn't want to go charging in under the tier 1 tower.
Not with the risk versus an Undying. Bluestone can just really just ruin you right there, so yeah, I'm not going to go for it.
Duraccio's still kind of being able to hold his own on this top lane.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like Zai and Boxy have been able to get right around the tower to really pressure him as of now. Boxy trying to get some sort of angle.
Yeah, because he's like, where are the supports? They're not playing around Duraccio, they're probably playing around bottom, so wants to set up for this.
They're bringing Mickey and Seniors as well. Vacuum drag back into the reach of Mickey. Can they get the stun in time? Looks like they can't. Celery, he's going to be able to turn up, drop the tombstone. Duraccio, he's...
stun's off the mark.
He's still alive. Duraccio's able to walk this off. An attempt there from the 4 members of Liquid, and it gets them nothing. Duraccio's able to walk out alive.
I mean, they got a tombstone, but that stun just whiffing Duraccio. I thought they would just be able to walk him down there. Slip up there from Liquid.
Radiant's bottom
Sure, plays it
tower
cool
is
there.
under attack.
Gets away.
Definitely bailed out by Celery, but Celery now, he is lingering up top. This time he should probably...
He's on his own. Tried his luck to stick around for a few more
Radiant's
creeps
bottom tower
as the
is
wave
under
comes in.
attack.
He gets the 2 range creep, but he...
Back to base for him.
Top.
I mean, they're looking for Duraccio. Nisha tried to see if he could catch Duraccio whilst he was jungling this area, but did not have enough damage on his own. Still got the regen rune pumping though, so doesn't lose too much from that attempt. Straight back to the mid lane. Continue to hold the wave and make sure that there's not a chance for Quinn to start putting pressure onto his own tier 1 in the mid.
Some really good pressure here from Nisha and Boxy in particular. Keeping that speed up here.
I mean,
around the mid tower, they're thinking about it.
Yeah, Boxy's trying to get the wrap around onto Quinn, but Quinn's got Tofu by his side, so Tofu will manage to hold back Nisha. They're under the tier 2. Nisha and Boxy can't lift the play anymore.
Look how much reaction it's causing though. Gaming is all clustered around the mid lane. Duraccio low. They're not really playing the lanes right now, and it's looking really nice for Liquid. Nisha even pulling the lane and maximizing. He finds himself a stack. Very nice.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Timing is,
attack.
of course, you know, joking event. Blade Melvang. He is queuing up the right item. He has the BKB.
Standard.
Yeah.
And Duraccio is sort of baiting a bit because he does have Sunder.
Tower is under attack.
Illusion.
He's in that little bit of a spot in the trees. Again, 4 heroes heading up, but they won't catch or kill Duraccio.
And look, he
step ahead
to the tower. He doesn't even TP to base, so he's like, all right, I can walk into my a little bit. But they're getting slowed down quite a bit. I mean,
and
the
they're getting
still
tapped.
hurting.
Hey, Liquid, you know, with this pressure.
5K lead.
It is speeding up at the exact pace that Liquid will hope for when they're running this Lesh IO in the safe lane.
Power Ruin. Bottom, Quinn will be able to set that one up. The Quartz, the level's still definitely struggling on them. Bottom, Ace.
See if they can take him out. He's pretty beefy here with the Vanguard, and he's got plenty of 1 charges. So indeed, he'll be okay as Ace is underneath the tower. The game of Gladiators and the DD room for Quinn. And mid tier 1 tower also taking quite a bit of a beating. So Liquid probably look to pull more people over towards this mid. I mean, depends. I mean, if you're Liquid now, are you looking for this tier 1, or are you still trying to make moves on this top half of the map, trying to hunt down Duraccio?
I think you just hunt for heroes. You have relocate online. Yeah, I don't know how much you need to just push forward to getting this tier 1 now, because you could put yourself into a weird situation like last game where they overextend around
That's
it.
true.
They're playing into Tombstone, so I'd imagine if they can set up like a reload gank with the Primal Beast, that's probably the ideal, and they're probably going to hunt Duraccio. On the flip side, Gaming, they're going to look for their own move, trying to catch. It's usually how you want to play versus those IO lineups. You hunt the IO while they're trying to set up for these relocate games. So that's exactly what they're kind of trying to do here, but here comes that reload.
Yep. See if they can get him this time around. Vacuum, but Quinn, he's there with the backup, and the multiple TPs are coming in. Liquid not able to find the clean initiation that they hoped for to start this off. Duraccio will get caught by
Big charge.
Nisha, able to finish him before there's any chance of a Sunder to come off. He'll turn with the pulverize as well. On towards Ace. Ace able to get the timber chain off to cut down Zai. Mickey, he's trying to finish off Quinn and Ace, but he cannot do so. As Liquid, they'll lose 2 for their attempt to take down Duraccio.
Guess he wasn't able to get the tether off there. It got broken somehow because he just ended up hitching the 2 cores. Get them 1, and now Nisha is actually going to get the cleanup.
All right,
makes it well worth it.
It does, and maybe if we could look for more with Insania coming back across. He's got the control onto Ace. Ace, he's got backup though. There's the respawns are coming in. Duraccio's ready to rejoin the fight. Tofu,
he hit 6.
The Hex on towards Nisha, the stun as well. The burst from the finger. Tofu able to take Nisha down.
He just got 6, I think, off like a creep or something.
Foxy. He's able to finish off Ace there with that final bit of burst. He tries for a very cute little TP out. He won't succeed as he does die. But some messy fights. Boxy, he'll be happy with that snipe on the way out though, taking Ace.
Supports on the side of Gaming Gladiators, though, definitely very happy. Tofu getting the cleanup of Celery. He almost has a mech after that fight. So started pretty nice there for Liquid, and then they get the 3rd kill, but then ends up being pretty good for Gaming toward the end of it there, especially since they're behind and they're getting some type of trades in this fight.
Yeah, Liquid have got to continue to grow this advantage. If it starts to get sort of slowed down whatsoever by Gaming Gladiators and Duracho gets the time to farm, definitely going to be concerns as the minutes pass.
Nice stacks to go back to though, so jumping it right back up to that 5k lead when they're able to farm them.
Yeah.
That was really fast TPs from Gaming. They were super ready for the relocate gank, so gotta watch out for that on Liquid.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, you know, you expect Liquid to try and go looking for these kills. Gaming Gladiators, they're fully aware that that's what Liquid's going to be going for.
Insania,
they've got to be ready to set up for that.
Liquid have some big timings here already. Insania, mech's done, Mickey, Bloodstone's finished, Primal Beast, BKB very soon on the horizon, so they can keep looking to play fast and punish this, because Gaming, they're a little bit requiring like even the Lion having finger up in some of these team fights to get some burst, and does have a bit of a long lead, especially at the one.
Right, business here for Liquid. They've got the tier 1 mid.
Keep that pace. For this Duracho again here, keep looking to accelerate things and shrink the map. I mean, continue to get some nice stacks.
They know exactly where Duracho is as well. The scans hit. We're going to have Nisha try and find the setup here. It's actually Zyda opens things up with the wall drop down. They get in with the charge forward of the onslaught, the pulverize as well. A good catch for Liquid that can allow them to keep this momentum in their favor.
They got the TB illusion too, yeah, so you can actually take maybe the next creep wave with, and they can keep this push going up on top. And they will still have relocate if someone does turn up. I mean, careful how they play around the map. Racho really struggling this game. Only level 8 so far here.
A lot of focus on towards him. I mean, even in the fights, the Gaming Gladiators have been able to take him. It was the fight off the back that Duracho goes down at the start, when how Liquid can just... They can pretty easily focus him in the midst of these fights. Only really Tofu and maybe Quinn if he gets the Rolling Thunder off, who can kind of interrupt Liquid's attempts to just get on top and blow up the Terrorblade.
Yeah, until they have more itemization, right? Like when Celery's able to get like a shard, potentially, right? The grab ally, maybe that'll be something that'll help. But right now, yeah, starting to get that ball rolling really nicely for themselves, pressuring lanes. And they're not over-pressuring, not like overreacting to stuff. They are getting some really good farm while they back up and wait for stuff. Mickey almost has his route to travel. Duracho, it's going to be a difficult game for him to stand tall, stand his ground, unless these frontliners can protect him, because they're going to get these timings so fast, they're just going to be able to run through and get on top of him. And the Darkseer, the Primal Beast, even the Lesh, can just eviscerate a Terrorblade early. As the game progresses, the TB starts to get better and better versus this Leshrac, but early moments are going to be difficult for Duracho. When Diffusal's done, starting to get some timings here, Gladiators.
But they know that Gaming Gladiators were starting to approach them down on the bottom lane. Nisha and Boxy, they're in with the smoke.
Nisha pretty much invulnerable now in the next fight. BKB and a shield run on it.
Gladiators, they're getting out of this half of the map. They don't want to stick around for this fight that's almost certainly going to be on Liquid's terms with the way that Liquid are approaching with this two-man smoke.
This is not an
Insania.
This is not an easy fight for Gaming Gladiators to take here. Meta even used already, so Duracho, I mean, he's trying to just be as efficient as possible to get that farm. Gonna have to be quite an overextension on Liquid if Gaming's able to take the fight by any means. Keep giving Duracho Wisdom Rune, same thing as last game. Top, looks like that's gonna be the call from Liquid.
Yeah, they'll just settle for the push.
Should be able to tank for it for this catapult to do work.
Looks like they just don't want to waste more time just chasing Gaming Gladiators around the map, because as we're seeing Gaming Gladiators, they're doing a good job of avoiding Liquid.
They're protecting their TB area. Liquid gets popped immediately as Edict does. One thing for Liquid is their draft doesn't kill Rosh at the absolute. So it's not like they have it's like, oh, we have some downtime, we're just gonna go get a quick Rosh. It will take them a little bit of time. They do have some good magic damage, but of course, you know, they don't have like an amp up. They like that Undying in particular that we've seen sometimes. Tier 2?
Yeah, they'll let this full game Gladiators. They don't have any interest in turning up to the fights at this sort of stage of the game, whilst Duracho works towards his first major item, the Yasha, into the Skadi by the looks of it this game.
He needs a lot more.
Dire's top tower has fallen. Radiant's
Where do they go from
middle
here,
tower
Liquid?
is under
Tier 2
attack.
taken.
Keep getting some nice, good aggressive wards down so they can keep spotting where Duracho is running. I think that's probably one of the best things that they can do. This is actually a weird spell steal, but I would say this one's not even horrible, just for getting information on Boxy, the Conjure Image. Now they're getting stalked on the side of Gaming. They have the relocate ready on Liquid.
Tofu might get jump side. Trying to start things off with a vacuum. Good stun from Tofu to hold back Nisha. Tofu he'll up for the TP out. Quinn will still stick around a little longer. Okay, no, he's also indeed going to bail out of this place.
Foxy getting some deep vision down, so I like that he places this one. It's been spotted though, so I imagine this one's probably going to get taken out. But really good coverage of vision from Liquid this game. Top, they have that deep ward. Bottom, they have it too, and also in the bottom lane as well too. So getting pretty much full information of the map right now to be able to watch when Gaming Gladiators is looking to split up, because that is pretty much entirely what Gaming's going to do for these next few moments, unless Liquid overextends. You need more time before this TB goes into the realms of being it. And I think Panel touched on it a little bit too. It's, you know, Dyrachyo, the timing for TB versus Lesh IO, it's always was that Scotty timing, but, you know, nowadays, a little different, especially if there's a BKB on the Lesh, because that Scotty isn't as effective versus that debuff, you know, debuff immunity.
Bit of a slowdown now. I mean, Mickey gonna just try and get his close sounds done by the looks of it before they make the call to go for some aggressive relocate play once more.
Nisha just swat, like literally just going back and forth across the map, trying to find a pick off here. They'll find Celery.
Your elements.
Foxy with a nice steal. Timberchain. That's going to be really good for catching heroes that are split up around the map. And immediately they swing toward top. They want another one. They have this deep ward on Quinn.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And she can get in on top of them.
This might catch them. Gaming.
I'm gonna settle for Tofu. They do. In fact, BKB just immediately. Nisha not messing around. He wants to kill this line without any interruption. Does cost him a BKB charge, but the line is dead.
Foxy off the mark there with this Timber Chain.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Last hit gonna
He's
finish
running.
him.
Oh, he's juking them.
He's okay.
He's actually gonna live. I couldn't quite catch him.
He actually missed the first Timber Chain. Liquid, they're kicking that tempo up. Top tower drops to less than half.
Also that fortification from Gaming Gladiators.
And they Foxy, because I think that was also a meta used from Dyrachyo. So,
It looks like it was.
yep.
Indeed, a missed opportunity there.
I mean, Nisha now with a Blink Dagger. Incredibly aggressive build. Just goes from top to bottom, looking for another pick off here. Gonna run to Ace though. Not the ideal target. He wants the TV.
Well, they want to try for a play themselves, Gaming Gladiators. Smoke up for Tofu, Celery, and Quinn.
Nisha doesn't have his BKB available, so this is definitely an opportunity if they can get the initial catch.
They can catch him here in the river, but he's already back on his half of the map. Very hard to chase down now, and he's almost certainly going to have heroes ready to back him up.
They saw him though under the ward. They see where he's going.
You're right, she's splitting once more from the team. Boxy's not going to be able to get over in time to help him. They can't even the Hex, the burst of the finger. Nisha's gone.
Oh, they might get Boxy too. Shows himself. He's got another Timber Chain.
He's down to the low ground. Swashbuckles off the mark with the Chakrams there. Gaming Gladiators, they'll take both of them.
2 huge kills. They actually played beautifully around their vision there, dancing. They knew Nisha used BKB for that support kill top, and that is Tofu's Blink Dagger.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Catch is going to be... I mean, Liquid's got to be careful when they're split up, even when they're on their half of the map. As we're seeing Gaming Gladiators not afraid to go for them. Zai down bottom attempts to set up onto Quinn, and Quinn is able to roll away. That's the wall down.
Really good assessment there from Gaming playing around that vision. I think it literally just caught him for like a second there on the Primal Beast, and they saw the path he was taking. What, the tower dropped? Yeah, the tower was taken out there, and 3K lead.
So, you know, it does feel scary for Liquid.
So, yeah, I mean...
They got that lead. They got kind of a decent timing on the tier 2 top. A lot of early pushes went well, but are they far enough ahead to feel good about themselves?
Big eye issue. What the...
Ooh.
What does that mean? There's a big eye in the sky. Somebody's eye is big.
What is? It's probably not something good.
That sounds.
Hopefully the players are all right.
Or the guy with the big head. Okay. Alright.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Well, hopefully
it can't be that serious. He's having a joke.
Well, hopefully Quinn.
He's having a smile. It's okay.
Quinn says go.
He's just sorting himself up.
Big eye issue.
And he just quick eye drop or something. It's all good. And he's a big eye issue. That sounds serious. I'm like, are they all right?
I was like, oh
that
god.
doesn't sound good.
20-minute pause.
Just Celery. Having a bit of a giggle at the expense of his teammates, but looks like Quinn's all good to go.
Yep. Liquid back up as well. BKB's at the ready for Nisha. It's still the same name of the game. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Try to get a big kill here. And then now perhaps they can look to force a Roche if they do find a kill. Gaming, just the split up of the map, maximizing as much as possible. Stack for Dyrachyo, give him every wisdom rune.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Let's see if they can push this.
The glyph is on cooldown, so it looks like that's the call.
This could be the make or break here.
Meta is back available.
Can they get the Rex or are they going to get punished? Nisha,
Tofu.
Quick jump. Tofu's out.
Doesn't have to use BKB for that at all, too. Tower lets it fall.
So much they can keep going for. Tier 3. One more tap will take it. It's gone. See if they can get the Rex Liquid. Can they keep this push up?
Is under attack.
We want to persist forward. Scotty's still not finished for Dyrachyo. 800 away.
This is good pressure.
Good pressure.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Fortification. Quinn does have Arcane and Rolling Thunder if he wants to start trying to slow them down. Tofu's going to be back in 10.
Yeah, his fingers back up as he respawns as well too.
Really want to get away with this, Liquid. It's pretty important for the timings that their lineup needs to hit.
5 seconds on Edict. Back up now. Short 5 seconds.
It's the rain tracks.
Dire's top
Maybe
barracks
I
have
think that maybe
fallen.
they're going to back up with that one. Play careful.
It's a bit difficult now that the full team's back in play from Gaming Gladiators. They're doing their best to stick around. Now they'll start to fall back a bit, especially with the TP coming in from
Oh,
Duracho.
he gave roll.
Oh, he did.
He didn't cover it at all. At Duracho, he's got his Scotty timing, but giving up roll.
Yeah, bit of a misplay there from Quinn. I mean, he did have the Arcane as well, so could have very easily expended a shield crash, but yeah, the opening's there. Foxy could do something nice with this. They're going to get the jump, they're going to try their best to burst through the ledge route, but Mickey, he's only going to go down to half HP. He's finding out Foxy in with the stolen roll, crashes across both Quinn and Tofu. They're making the space here to allow them to apply some further pressure to the melee rack.
Oh, Boxy, he bounced off the wall.
Oh, and he's going to die for that one.
Okay, they cannot finish off the racks.
Doesn't get back out of the base in time, he'll fall, and indeed the defense will hold up. They keep their melee racks alive.
They still have meta. They're smoking. I think it got seen. They pinged it right away. It seems like Liquid did catch a glimpse of it somehow. I actually don't know what saw it, but
We're seeing their play how
long on meta?
aware they are that this sort of move is charging straight for them.
still got about 15 seconds or so on the meta.
Nisha, BKB's are caught up for 50 seconds. Tofu's able to get the opening. Jumps in, gets the Hex into the stun. They're coming in with a relocate to try and bail Nisha out of this.
They've got him.
Already gone.
And the roll is back up. He's
And now
actually going to catch
Xania.
Xania.
He's also going to fall. He tries to run up to the high ground, but the right clicks on Duracho. They'll take him down. Duracho in the final moments of his meta, hitting hard, getting the double.
Uh-oh. Liquid. Giving up these kills, it's painful. A beautiful smoke, though, from Gaming. They pinged it, though. I
Was
swear
it
I saw...
Liquid's ping?
It was Zai. It was... unless I'm colorblind.
Maybe we'll get it on the
Might be.
replay.
Zai pinged it, so maybe he was saying something else. Maybe didn't catch something, because I don't think they had vision up there, but he pinged it, so I was like, maybe he did see it somehow.
Sure.
Either way, Gaming, a really, really clever end of the smoke, because it's, just as the meta's kind of ending, they'll be able to get those last 2 catches.
Yeah, I can only imagine maybe if they did see it, that maybe they're anticipating that the smoke would kind of be going through like Gaming Gladiator's own jungle, as that, there's not a lot of vision that Liquid have there, so they probably assume that Gladiators have vision on them, and so that would be the route they would take. But of course it wasn't. They just went straight down the mid, and they find Nisha, and of course the eye on top of it.
I feel like for Liquid, you might just actually have to go back toward top soon or something, because I think if you lose maybe even like 1 or 2 more of these kind of situations in these fights, the game is just going to be really difficult for you to actually fix here.
Yeah, look at Terrorblade's farm. He's
getting massive.
I mean, sure, Mickey is huge, but it's a carry lash. There's definitely going to be limitations as the minutes pass against the favorable scalability that the strong cores of Gaming Gladiators can have.
Yeah, because they do so much damage, and Ace's build is pretty ideal here, the pipe, and now he's got his damage items too, and Quinn, Aghanims is done, so he's going to have this constant shield crash that's coming through. Lucky Shot procking onto these heroes. They're not very tanky right now. Mickey, I believe he is going to at least have the Shivas done fairly soon, but all those things add up when a Terrorblade's just beating on you. Meta's back up, Rolling Thunder's back up, Gaming could be right.
What is the move for Liquid in this position? I mean, as you said before, when you're trying to play at this sort of tempo, it would feel great if you could take the Roshan. But
it would be, but your lineup it kind of stinks at it overall. Unless you literally just poke him in, then you could just get wiped, because Gaming's lineup is very good at fighting around that Roshan.
Definitely feels like a bit of a gap in what they have here, Liquid.
Okay, shows himself top.
Feels strong with the backup of Insania, and Insania's going to look to take him out of here.
I mean, that's a Shiva's show. They're gonna look to maybe set up and fight around here. Mickey, he's actually still in the area.
It's kind of spooky when there's the meta available on Duracho, and he'll pop it. They start beating into Mickey. Ace pushing forward on the front lines. They get the vacuum wall dragged back onto the 2.
They're on top of the Lash.
Rolling Thunder coming in from Quinn. They've got the stun control on towards him, but the BKB's out for Nisha. Nisha able to grab Quinn, of course, out of the Rolling Thunder, but they've lost their eye. See if they can burst through another. They can. The finger's there. It's going to be 2 of them dead as Gaming Gladiators will chase on for more. They surround Mickey. The chakram's out from Ace. Mickey's healing up.
Thunder.
It's not going to be enough. They catch him with the stun. Mickey's taken down. Liquid lose 3. Maybe even more. They get the Skadi connection on towards Zai. Chakram as well from Ace. Zai going to be out with the surge. The illusions will chase him. Ace, great angle with the timber chain. He's going to have another chakra to throw forward in a second as well. Zai, he's got 1 more surge to go. And Zai, if Ace can again get these big angles, this time Tree's going to trip him up. Won't quite be able to close the gap. So Zai will live, but it's 4 dead. Quinn was able to find Foxy.
Is Zai able to get out?
I mean, Ace, he's actually going to get him. I mean, it looked like he was
What a
going to
beast.
grab for Sean's side, but Ace says no, and Gaming Gladiators, they end up getting a team wipe.
A full wipe, and Game is now in a position where what do you do on Liquid?
What do you do? You never got that melee racks.
Oh,
and with the swing around going like this, 5k lead to Gaming Gladiators, I don't know if you ever will get that melee racks.
You're gonna have to cause some kind of weird plays to happen here. Ace, he's trying to disengage. They might lose Tofu for this.
She's got to be a bit careful. This BKB is still on cooldown. He's
got
12 seconds.
Should be okay. They should just lose one support on gaming.
See Tofu. He will be able to turn with the stun.
The grab ally.
The tombstone.
Make him work for it a little harder.
4 heroes there. They will find Tofu. It's something, but it's still, it's going to feel awkward for Liquid. The Ibs are flying out for Gladiator's cause. It's Dracho. He's got the BKB ready for the next fight.
And
Let's see this chase. I mean,
was beautiful.
It's Zaya early. It was pretty far away, but I guess sort of swang around back underneath the tower. And Ace, he was still hunting, and he succeeds.
The team fight from gaming is just, their target prioritization is beautiful. If you actually saw how they're fighting, Duracho, he's hitting the TP zoning, and the IO, sometimes you can see these IOs get away with murder in these fights. Ace full commits onto him, just deletes Insania.
Yeah, Ace in that last fight was pretty dead.
Oop, they actually do find Duracho up here. Was it gonna be the catch? Good get the done. I think maybe you push for that rush hard here.
It's still not super quick though.
It's not. It's either you push for the road, I think you push for a Rax.
You want to get this melee racks. You got to get this racks out of the game, so at least you have one lane that's pushing in consistently. Otherwise, it's going to feel rough for Liquid.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see if they can get it. It's 30 seconds until Duracho's back up. Meta will be up too.
Yeah.
It's not that long. It's back up to full HP.
I mean, if Ace turns up for the defense, could be able to push them back. What's up?
If I Quinn. Oh, he does! They get the reload.
They're going to go for this kill instead. Quinn, he's out with a swashbuckle. He's got the shard, and he's got into the Rolling Thunder.
He actually gets
He's
out.
actually able to get away from this whole attempt. And of course, with that move they made over towards there, it slows down the efforts to try and take the Rax top.
And here comes Quinn.
Going to continue the roll over towards the supports and get back up to the high ground with the swashbuckle. Boxy tried to grab him outside the base. And with the jump ball from Nisha, maybe they can still get into the tombstone. He's going to have an escape after this. I think Quinn's going to be fine. Liquid, they've got to start backing up. It's getting a bit awkward now. Insania gets burst low. Mech will be popped. And with the 5 of them back in action, Gaming Gladiators, they'll take this fight outside of the base and chase Liquid away. Get the illusion out into Boxy. Boxy's going to go for the TP. Anything to stop it. There is just a straight up burst and the control from the Hex.
They can't even touch the Rax.
And it's just sort of a split call, right? They get too excited by the fact that they see Quinn out in his own in the mid. They try for the play, maybe underestimating the fact that he had that shard ready for the easy setup into the roller. And Quinn's away. They don't get any extra damage done at all to this melee Rax. It still sits at full HP. And again, just sort of this position of the game where we can see that Liquid, they're really struggling to find out how to push it to the next step. Gaming Gladiators, they just shut down every effort.
And they can go to Roche easy. They've got the Undying, they've got the TP, they bring it down. That's going to bring the fight now. Liquid, is the call is going to be, I think they have to actually go up there and fight, or this game is even harder than it was before. It looks like a good catch from Nisha, but he actually has to use the ult in order to catch Quinn at the start, right? So then Quinn just has freedom to reset and roll away.
He's out. Roche, it's going to be all theirs.
All theirs. They even popped for Wicket. They really wanted to hit pop the meta even from Duracho for it. Quinn, now he's got an Aegis. He's got extra coverage.
I think they're cool, with the fact that, they can pop meta like that. They could just chill. They could wait this 2 minutes. They don't have to force things. They know that this game, it's only going to get harder for Liquid.
Let's see if Liquid does anything. I think they just pinged out Duracho. So they're probably saying, hey, he just used meta. Let's try to maybe take a fight after that ends. Set up all around the mid lane.
They have to take any sort of window they get given here, Liquid. Yeah, they push the issue.
I want Mickey to get this BKB ASAP. I feel like he really needs it. Just to be able to protect himself in the front lines. And so he can give some coverage to Insania. Insania does have Glimmer and Mech, but I'm just watching Ace. He has it out for him. They have detection. Yeah, they're carrying a dust. 2 dusts actually on the side of gaming. On the tower. KB about to be finished for Mickey.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Can they threaten the high ground though? It's difficult with this Aegis on Quinn.
They got the tower, they're probably like, yeah, meta's on cooldown, but going for high ground, a little bit risky, but it's buying more and more time for Gaming Gladiators. Ace is honestly such a, maybe just a Timber Saw as well too, but Ace is playing it super well, and he looks immortal, and he's actually just causing so many difficulties for Insania to play in the fights. Liquid have to try to protect this IO a little more so that Mickey looks stronger. Now on Boxy.
Okay, we'll be going for that Ags next.
Imagine Duracho is just going to go Nullifier also next. Yeah, already queued up.
He's already got the relic, right? Yeah, he's already got the relic, so just a helm away, so it will be there far before any of these sort of extra maneuvers and items from Liquid will be.
Yeah, I was wondering which one it was going to be, if he was just going to go raw damage or if he was going to go for the Dispel. Don't blame him going Dispel versus the Crimson and potential, you know, Nihilism and all that will eventually be coming out. Having to kind of stay together here, gaming along on meta, 10 seconds. Racho almost finished up with the Nullifier. He might look for the fight here.
A few minutes on the Aegis. They can look to fight, but at the same time, it feels like they're not pressured to. Gaming Gladiators.
Oh, they want to fight. I mean, Racho's probably like, I want to kill
Tower is
people.
under attack.
Right.
I mean, it hurts if Liquid take a hit like this.
As a shield ruin it.
Tofu, you ready for the initiation? Nisha shows himself on the wave. Want to be careful with the fact that the illusion's coming in, and that there's likely heroes behind him. They might get the jump round over towards Mickey. Sania, not the illusions first. Tofu in the jump.
Sania.
The Hex, Insania's going to look to try and
Catches
take them
him.
out, but the Sun's going to catch it. And now Quinn in with the Rolling Thunder. BKB's out from Mickey. He's going to turn straight back towards Sania. Dratcha puts the BKB in with the meta. He's focusing towards Nisha. His BKB comes to an end. The ball gets knocked down. Insania turns across, but he's gone. They'll lose Insania. Quinn dying to the damage of Mickey. Finally falls, but he's got that Aegis. He's going to be back for round 2. 5 back from Insania. He's able to get back over towards Mickey. I mean, maybe they can find more cores as Quinn. He's getting chased down by Insania and Mickey. Booker's going to be back up in a few seconds. He does have the safety at the roll-up, but Boxy, he's in with the telekinesis, grabs him, slams him down. Liquid, they'll be able to hold here against the efforts of Gaming Gladiators as they take out both Duracio, and this time they get Quinn the twice. Aegis, and then once again.
Great buyback from Insania. Comes in, gets the heal, and I don't even know how much damage that trample did. He charged right through Duracio, actually popped him before he's able to get Sunder off. They've got a push now going. Duracio dead 40 seconds, no meta even when he respawns.
Yeah, they could get some damage done. Maybe now Liquid can take away some of these barracks from Gaming Gladiators.
That was Mickey's BKB reveal. He stood his ground. He did what, 7,000 damage inside that team fight. More than anybody on his team combined.
See how much they can get done this time. Last time, it's just a tier 3 and a range racks up top. See if they can get anything beyond that.
They've got Edict up this time. Melee racks likely to fall. 10 seconds till that respawn, but there is going to be no matter for the fight.
This is big for Liquid. Successfully able to take these objectives. Can they push for more? Can they swing up towards the top? I mean, with the respawns coming in, looks like they won't want to risk it. They try and jump forward, but in fact, they come on return. They get telekinesis back. They've been on the floor. Tofu. I mean, the Tombstone's going to be there for a little bit of safety for Ace. It's enough. As Liquid, they respect the fact that Duracho and Quinn are back up.
Ooh.
So they get the melee racks, they get a little kill on top of it, and they get out.
And Zai now has an Aghanim, so an extra illusion now versus this Terrorblade. Even more answers. A DD rune bottom, not the best for their draft, but nice momentum, Liquid. And now another full item for Mickey. He just finished BKB, got so much out of that last fight. He now actually has the Aghanim.
Of course, yeah, well, 24k net worth on Mickey.
Might just be able to walk through them now with this. If they can keep him alive, Insania has to be careful with that positioning because he does not have buyback for the next fight. But this could be huge too. Boxy actually finds a really good steal now. Mostly he's just been able to get, you know, some of these timber spells. Now they have a wombo combo as well. They had the Red the Lash with the Darkseer. Now they have with the Rubik as well.
To get through that difficult point of the game. We're having to deal with the Aegis on Quinn. And, not something that we see too often, but definitely that time round with Gaming Gladiators looking for the action. They bit off a whole lot more than they could chew, trying to take that fight into the tier 2. Quinn putting them down, getting that chance for the push. In this game back to Cessia, 17-17. Liquid with a very slight lead.
Very, very slight.
They've got to keep this up though. Liquid, very much the team in this position that can't afford to lose as many team fights.
We'll have to see how much impact Zai's able to do too, because it's like this invisible kind of impact as well from the Darkseer in these fights. Now it's going to get that much stronger with his Aghanims making multiple illusions of the TB. But now also, Tofu, they kill the Tormentor, he actually gets the Shard this time. So now they'll have answers versus some of these Darkseer wall illusions that have been a little bit pesky. Layers of these fights. And now, eyes out the Mage Slayer, so wanting to be able to reduce a bit of this damage, because Mickey is ripping them to shreds. Heart now on Nisha to go for the charge. Liquid feeling strong. Try to catch Gaming Gladiators off guard.
See if they can find him. Down bottom, Quinn.
Ooh, this could be a really good catch if they do. Quinn.
The react in time, he's going to see them.
The grab.
And they've been digging
got
for
him.
the grab to put a stop to that
Deleted.
rolling thunder, and Quinn completely and utterly smashed into the ground.
That's 70 seconds. They can get the push going again. Okay, level 20.
Yeah, Zai's going to be bringing in the creep wave.
Bottom tower is under attack.
At least another tier 2. We're certainly going to look to try and go for more. Yeah, whole minute. No Pango for the defense.
Duracho trying to push the mid wave out as far as he can. See Ace probably cutting and maybe pushing toward top a little bit more here. Ace actually committing his gold for a heart, trying to get a little bit tankier to get into the front to protect Duracho. Yeah. So 45 seconds. Liquid pushing the envelope here.
Still quite a solid hold they can put together with just the 4 of them. Foxy
On Ace.
get him with the jump. They're trying to burst through this. Timber, they get the wall drop down as well. Try to put the BKB. Turn to the Sunder. Metamorphosis as well. Look towards Mickey. And Mickey with the BKB pop. He's still incredibly strong. Ace looking to be pretty unkillable.
This
They're
heart
down to
pickup.
about 2/3 HP, but nothing any further. Another stun thrown away at this Timber Saw. I don't think Ace is going to care too much at all. They'll clip him with a further stun and another stun, but this Timber Saw ain't dying.
The hard perch is definitely worth it there, just for this hold. Mickey, he's a little bit low.
Nisha wants to try and get back in. It's getting risky now.
Coming back up, yeah, this is a little risky. Meta still up on Duracho too. They'll back up. I mean, they force Meta. They get a really big kill onto Quinn, and they get some decent tower damage there. And yeah, Meta downtime. Gaming does. I don't think that they should look to fight probably without that one. It's definitely very difficult for them actually to focus fire this Lash. Roche be a bit of a longer respawn. Dream for Liquid if it was.
So yeah, Liquid might check it out anyway.
Yeah.
It's up. See, heading up towards the top half. Get some vision around.
Yeah, I think he's perhaps setting up to see if the Duracho is going for like the split kind of farm up here. Can't quite find him. They're gonna check the Roche. It would have been literally the dream timing from up there, but not the case. It's actually coming up literally as Meta comes back.
Gladiators, they do have a smoke at the ready on Tofu, so once they've dealt with the pressure of these waves, they could head over.
Mickey, he finds himself a Dream neutral item too. Gets a Trickster cloak. Really, really nice versus Duracho.
Yeah, I mean, we see sort of from Gaming Gladiators side of things how Ace is pretty unkillable. Definitely the same, seeming to go here for Mickey, especially when he's backed up by Insania. This Lesh is so tough to take down.
Early in this fight, or Mickey will probably just be unkillable. Constantly going through the twin gates, they're looking to hunt. Gaming Gladiators, they're playing careful, staying kind of more inside the base around each other. Roche, 30 seconds.
Imagine the smoke will come sooner from Gladiators.
Yeah, they scan top. They scan top.
Yep.
Roche wasn't there, or nobody was there, so now they're going to smoke. And yeah, Meta, it's back up 20 seconds, so.
I mean, it actually doesn't look like they want to drop this. Oh, no, they do. We're waiting for Celery to get out of the base, probably, so they can go 5 man.
Probably waiting for some Conjure images too for Duracho to get that wave shoved. But yeah, I'd imagine they're going to smoke it. You gotta neutralize him also, Stormcrafter.
Okay. And with the timing of Roche, it's up now.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be switching to the bottom side, so that's why they're gonna have to swing all the way down there. Celery also finding a Trickster cloak. Quinn, he got Mindbreaker, Duracho Mindbreaker.
I mean, this fight should be able to kick off before each side's able to attempt Roche. I mean, Roche is only now making its way back, of course, to the pit.
This is gonna be a battle.
Gladiators are gonna be able to bring this fight.
This is definitely gonna just be that straight up battle. Do they get the big connections? Is Zai able to get these big spells off? These walls, they're pretty damn good so far from Ace. And a waltz in.
They're going to look to try and hold this high ground, Liquid. See if they can scout out as much information as they can as Gladiators attempt to approach.
I think this is one of the few times you see Duracho actually playing careful, playing toward the back, but they do have a vision on top.
Trying to wrap around.
They have a ward on him. Swaps positioning here.
They don't want to go on Ace. They want to go on anything else.
Yep.
I mean, Duracho, Mickey's got eyes on him. So they'll turn, immediate BKB from Duracho. He's not going to play his luck any chance here as he'll turn towards Mickey. Mickey pots the BKB. They get the grab onto Quinn. Well, it's completely surrounded Zai, but Zai is able to get the wall off, and the chains doesn't down to Duracho. Gets the Sunder off. Brings Nisha low, but Duracho has to back away. He might not get the chances. Mickey catches him with a split up. Duracho dying here to the damage of the Lesh. He's out. Duracho's gone. Immediate buyback from both supports of Liquid. Mickey still pretty high on the HP as Celery's attempting to stand with him. Tofu, he's got the control on towards Nisha. Nisha's onslaughting away. The Ace, another Chakram, Timber chain forward. They're cutting down the escape, and Nisha will turn with another pulverize, but they'll bring him down. Triple kill for Ace. Ultra kill for Ace as he finds Boxy. I mean, Ace isn't done. He's still full HP. He's more than ready to keep this going. They'll catch in the IO again with another disarm. Ace focusing Insania, wants the rampage, won't quite get it. Tender down to the low ground. Insania keeps his distance from Ace. Ace continuing to chase. There
Gets a rampage.
There's the rampage for Ace. As Gaming Gladiators, they'll lose Celery. But Ace, he'll be happy with it. This one, he walks out full HP. And that fight, 4 buybacks from Liquid had to be used to try and come out even.
Ace does stand his ground, but so does Ace. I mean, the damage, look at the damage numbers tell it all. 10,000 on a Lash, 14,000 on a Timber. What spells did he use? Like 40 different spells. Roche, though, looks like it might go Liquid's Dota2 respawning. We'll see how crazy he is. I mean, should get it.
They do need it. As I said, 4 buybacks from Liquid to take that fight.
Did you see the amount of zombies that were in this fight too? Like they actually, the Tombstone lived, I think, full duration. It actually starts to build up. The wall loses as well. Racho was taking an insane amount of damage from him.
Nisha gets the Aegis.
Okay. Has to get it because he did have to use that buyback earlier.
4 buybacks.
Yeah.
Everybody apart from Mickey on Liquid buying back for that one. We'll see again at the start of this fight. Straight towards Duracho. Great sort of moves from Mickey, getting on top of the TB, taking him out of this one. But yeah, Ace. They just can't deal with this Timbersaw. He's just able to freely roam across the team fight. They can kill everyone else sort of here and there, but Ace, he's just untouchable.
So is Mickey though, especially when Insania's pumping him. I actually didn't catch there the Quinn getting saved from the grab ally for a quick second there, but either way, these 2 beasts standing strong.
See what they can do here with this Aegis. Nisha, they're bringing the top wave.
Still very, very close.
I mean,
22 to 23.
It's such a scary moment.
So close. I'm very impressed with the way the Liquids, even in the last like 10 minutes after Gaming started to get some big fights, that they're able to keep it like this, keep this pressure going versus Gaming.
Sure, yeah. See if they want to. I mean, if you're Liquid in this point, do you try and push for the Aegis, or do you just wait these 5 minutes out?
I mean, you just have to be together. I think that's the biggest thing. I don't know if you want to like fully force stuff, but at least just play together to not get caught out.
I mean, because if a fight kicks off and if Nisha dies or if Zai dies, it could be game over.
Yeah, if they just isolate Mickey, then they'll be able to deal with that Leshrac. And I mean, they've been getting Insania every time. And Insania, he's got a cheese, but he needs to be able to get it off, and he won't have a buyback this time around. I think 2 times now we've seen Insania's buybacks, if I'm not mistaken, kind of be that thing that makes Mickey just be able to stand his ground fully.
I mean, obviously from Gaming Gladiators side of things, at the moment they don't have any buybacks either. But the 4 of them just short on the gold, so they've at least got something they can do about that.
They actually commit their gold. Quinn goes for the full Bloodthorn.
Yeah, 1,600 gold short of his own buyback.
I guess just in particular, now it's versus the Trickster Cloak. I mean, they didn't really have any other advantages, right?
Tower is under attack.
I mean, that damage amp, though, is going to be nice to allow the TB just to focus fire as well. And that is really what their draft is about, so you can really understand why they're going for Bloodthorn. It's all about just kill the Lasher, kill that Primal Beast and that one little stun that they can get.
Looks like Liquid are going to play this rather cautiously.
Yeah,
they don't want to do anything reckless.
Just stay together. Yeah, just keep like your buddy system. 2 people together. Nisha maybe can be a little bit isolated because he has the Aegis coverage, but everybody just near each other. Hex finished on Mickey. Almost 25 also. Maybe that could be a timing that Liquid's waiting for to look to go for that next big fight. I wouldn't even blame him to go for the Lightning Storm. Obviously, like the Edict one, it usually is just the way better one, but I have seen arguments in some situations for Lightning Storm.
Closing in on the base, Liquid. Gladiators will have to return.
They're going to force him back to base. They can poke here.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
Very quick.
Easy range racks.
Dire's middle barracks.
Also,
Might be able to finally get this melee racks they were going for about 20 minutes or so ago. Back here now.
Racho, he has buyback. He's the only one in the game.
The rest are close though. Or at least, well, Ace 400 gold off. That's the next big one. Game Gladiators will be looking towards. Jump. They're going to try and tickle Ace. Oh, I'd say tickle. They're doing a lot of damage.
Look at that allies.
He's getting low. He's getting
grabbed the wrong one.
They might actually just kill it. They do.
They grabbed Quinn, not Ace. He has no buyback.
That's a huge kill for them to get.
Uh-oh.
I mean, that Liquid there, the damage that they must have pumping out for their 5 heroes this moment, they killed what seemingly was the unkillable. Ace, he actually disappeared pretty darn quickly though.
They gave up shock. They gave up the chakram, right? They had that extra burst damage also from Boxy, and they're swinging to bottom.
They are. They're looking for more here, Liquid.
They're like, the raid boss is gone. Go, go, go.
They're 250 gold short of buyback Ace.
I guess he was really just expecting Sauer to get it onto him, but Quinn jumps in at the same time, and he actually was thrown inside of that tombstone.
See if they can do it with the 4 of them here. Gaming Gladiators, can they limit the damage that Liquid's going to be able to do? They're stepping up, they get the Hex on the Duracho. It's going to get glimmered. Forced back to Sage, but Zai drags them in the back of the wall. BKB's coming out. Duracho turns with the Sunder overboard side. Rolling Thunder's attempt, but the prize is there. They grab Quinn. Quinn getting slammed in the ground. He had the shield crash and the swashbuckle off under the tier 4s. Quinn will live, but they've lost Tofu, also without buyback. As Liquid, they keep the push going, take this bottom second set of racks by the looks of it.
Still healthy too. They still have the cheese on Insania. They still have the Aegis. They can go for that last set, go for that last racks.
And they're going to charge too towards the tier 4s. The Aeroda onslaught across Celery. Celery completely surrounded. He'll get a soul rip and a decay off. Duracho trying to help out the best he can, but Celery's out for 70.
He can't stand his ground. He's actually getting conjured or reflection. I think that was Boxy's reflection almost kills Duracho.
They're going to get this full set of racks up top as well. This is going to be the Mega Creeps out against Gaming Gladiators. Liquid, they absolutely make the difficult call to go for this push whilst their own buybacks were still on cooldown, but it works out perfectly. Mega Creeps out against Gaming Gladiators, and still 40 seconds where they won't have the full team alive.
Like, great recognition of them to go for this kill and just push the issue.
And know that they could take down Ace like that. Now, they're in again, Nisha. Rush the jump forward. They get the Hex. Quinn, he's a little bit too close to them all as he gets grabbed again by Nisha with a Pulverize. He'll manage to roll up.
He's going to live.
He is going to live.
He has to just get bonked away, swashes away.
Mickey wants to go again.
He's got the unique talent.
He's going to get the stun onto Ace.
Get the push going.
He turns with the Chakram Nullifier thrown down the way of Nisha. 20 seconds until they have the full team back, Gaming Gladiators.
Meta still down for 50 seconds, though. Tough for them to fight into Liquid at this point here with that down.
Zai could lose the jump again soon. He's got the wall back up in 10 seconds.
Ace.
Then they get the grab on towards Ace. Ace is going to get knocked back by the onslaught. There's the back to the two. They get the Hex. The stun. The follow-up's there. Duracho will be able to get the BKB up, but he can't. Duracho out of the game for 85. He has got his buyback available. Ace, he's going to get grabbed. Another pulverizer in from Nisha. Ace, he's out for good 90 seconds. As he's dead again and still was unable to acquire the money for buyback.
And they back it up a little bit here as soon as they see the buyback from TB. Reset themselves. Cooldown's about to be back up, and they're going to look to go and end this.
Back to the tier 4s, Liquid.
20 seconds on Meta.
No Ace. Tofu. Under stun, will manage to blink back. These tier 4s, they're getting completely shredded here by Mickey. As both go down, the Ancients are going to be exposed. Gaming Gladiators, they've got to do something soon with the 4 of them if they want to stop this from happening.
They got to just go in. Liquid.
Quick disarm and the swashbuckle on towards Nisha.
Edict's back up.
They've got to push back this Lesh somehow. Still got the cheese available on his head. They get the jump. Duracho, he's caught by the stun. They'll get him into the tombstone. There's a chance here for Duracho. Is it going to be enough? He's trying to get out. Look for a Sunder. He goes forward. He's having the Sunder on the one side. Zai getting beat down by the Terrorblade. They kill Zion. Zai's gone for 2 minutes. They might just be able to hold this. And Zai's gone. Liquid to the rest of the 4 of them want to keep trying to push forward. They'll get the opening Hex on the Quinn. The follow-up stun from Mickey. Quinn's glimmered, forced back to safety. The creeps, the Mega Creeps, they're building up here against the Ancient. Quinn, he'll roll up. 25 seconds until Ace is back. The Ancient's slowly but surely taking damage. Mickey continues to push forward.
Duracho's meta is almost ending here. He can't hold off the creeps.
I mean, they really want to keep trying for this Liquid. It's a bit difficult to say. Zai, he was short of gold for buyback this time, 900 gold short. So won't be able to buy back and add to the push. Looks like Liquid, they'll have to fall back a little bit. Gaming Gladiators, they'll keep the game alive.
Big damage done, though, and they are going to have all these buybacks now available for the next time on Liquid. And that was meta used from Duracho, and he wasn't able to actually hit anybody, actually. He was literally having to just clear the creeps. And oops, he pops BKB now.
Oh,
whoopsie.
The intention's getting high here.
Don't give up, says Tofu.
Yeah, he's trying to get this refresher, but he will not have the money for it anytime shortly. So indeed, this is 80 seconds, no meta, and no BKB on the Terrorblade. Liquid, they'll have a bit of a winner, sort of a 30-second gap where Zai's going to be back in action. They'll have the 5 of them alive.
Check the roast just in case, too. They're like, oh, it could be back up. It's not quite up there.
It's
for
soon,
40
though.
seconds, but it's very soon. Zania gathering more Lotus.
Things could fall into place for Liquid to set up for the final game-ending push.
Zania now having a greater healing Lotus on him, too, to just keep Mickey pumped up as he has been beautifully this game. The buybacks really do feel like it's been the difference maker for Liquid in this one, being able to push forward and find Duracho over and over again.
I think Nisha, some of his initiation's been fantastic.
Yeah. Just
straight in with the grab. Of course, gonna have 2 sets of them now with that refresher that he was pumping out last fight.
And he's got the 25, so the pulverized duration,
Yeah.
it lasts forever.
He gets in, he grabs them, and not a whole lot can be done. I mean, Celo, he's really got his work cut out with these tombstones that he's trying to bail his whole team out with. But as we've seen, it can only, of course, be one. Even at that, it's just sometimes not enough. Liquid, they can push forward, destroy the tombstone, destroy the hero inside.
And they're gonna get a Roche here out of this now too.
Who's taking the Ags? Anything nice here for Liquid to try and add to this next push?
Maybe just Nisha. A lot of damage.
Yeah, why not?
Might as well.
Yeah.
They have another 2 other cores, so.
Gaming Gladiators, let's see how set up they are for the next defense. BKB and Metamorphosis back available for Dracho. He's very, very close to Refresher.
Yeah, he's gonna have it done in a second.
500 gold short. If he can somehow find that gold before this push comes in, he'll have 2 rounds of feeling incredibly strong, a long duration where he can stand his ground and ensure that Liquid can't freely hit the Ancient. There'll be a lot of damage coming out for this TB.
I like that he was able to get out and just make sure you get the cornucopias. That's the important thing, because sometimes it's like, I can't get my courier out there to get it.
I mean, he can finish off this Ancient camp here with his illusions, get the neutrals as well. I mean, this should be enough.
It's still going to be a tough hold here. Push is commencing. Okay. Has buyback.
He got the Refresher done. So 2 BKBs, 2 Metamorphosis is ready to go for the defense. Already here comes the first one. Metamorphosis out from Duracho.
Okay. Just waiting in the wings, the shield rune. This is one of the tankiest primal beasts you'll ever see. 7,000 effective HP, the vacuum.
Gonna try for the setup here. Nisha puts the BKB there on twice. They're gonna see if they can burst through the Simsaw again, but the grab allies there, straight into the tombstone. Celery able to come in with the save.
Joe.
They'll fall back.
Trying to get
Narrowly Liquid.
That's first BKB from Nisha.
They do have fortification available in Gladiators.
Soon wearing out, 8 seconds. Careful here, waiting for the sneak jump. Watch side here for this back.
Ace just jumps casually into the tombstone. Nisha's gonna fall pretty low. Indeed, they get the combo opening, bringing down. They're dying really. Celery's able to step back. Nisha, he grabs the Terrorblade caught by the fall of Hexman, but Dracho manages to BKB Sunder on towards side. And Dracho's back on the full HP, pops a Refresher. Second round of the Metamorphosis, good to go for Nisha. He has the pulverize. That long duration is slammed down quick with the fingers there. Then through Mickey. He's going to try to buy back, but the Hex is on the Nisha. Nisha's out the once. They take the Ages off the Primal Beast. They can lift stronger for a second round. He'll get the punch back on towards Dracho. The Hex as well. They're looking down the Terrorblade. They've got him. Dracho's out of the game. See if they can continue the clean up here. The stun's flying through for Foxy has stolen Earthspike by catching onto the 2. And now they can look towards finishing this surely. The grab's there on towards Timber. They've found Ace. Ace, he's got no way of surviving through this. He's out. He's got buyback. They're going to throw the buybacks into this. But Celery, he bought back, dies back. He's out again. Triple kill for Tai. Nisha pulling them back towards the fountain. The creeps are building up. As it's just 2 versus 5 here on the defense for Gaming Gladiators. As Liquid, they'll be able to close this one up. GG is called. Liquid take game 2.
What a game. I mean, what a display really of dominance from them. This one, Gaming fighting back kind of hard of it, but the buybacks from Liquid, the jumps that they're able to get